Hello my friends and welcome back. This is Kev's Hobby Showcase. I am of course Kevin. You may have also seen me on Tabletop Jones Productions presents Two Idiots Playing Board Games with me and my friend John, or the two idiots that are playing the board games. And today I'm going to be painting, big shocker, right? I'm going to be painting from the game Marvel Crisis Protocol, another big shocker. I know I do those a lot. I'm going to do the character set of Red Skull and Shield Agents. I got them right here. Okay, I got the Red Skull. Now, he was in the core set, but of course he looks a lot different from that one than he does right here. As a matter of fact, in that one, it's just a simple one of him standing and holding basically a cosmic cube. And the Shield Agents. I'm sorry, not Shield Agents, the Hydra Agents. So, yeah, the Marvel Crisis Protocol game has been doing what they call, I guess, grunts. And so far, that's like one of three that I have I've encountered so far. One was hand ninjas. The other one was you've seen from one of my previous videos was the Shield Agents, which is why I'm so fixated on it, I guess. And now we got Hydra Agents. They're not with the arms up yelling "Hail Hydra," but I'm sure they're just as effective, right? So anyway, as you can see, neither one are primed yet. So first we're going to prime them, and then we'll start on base coats. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. All right, welcome back, and I'm going to be priming the pieces of Red Skull and the Hydra Agents. So, sorry about the little sun glare here, but not much I can do about that. All right, so here we go. Just try to get it. You can always wear latex gloves so you don't get the primer all over your hands. Sometimes it's hard to wash off. Okay. Here we go. And that's it. And next, of course, we do this outside because otherwise the house smells of primer. So next we're gonna go back inside, and we're gonna start doing the base coat. So stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so I've primed everything, and the primer is now dry. So we're going to start on the base coat, and just to go with it's like a little template that I'm going to be going by. That's, of course, whoops, sorry, didn't realize it was glare. Red Skull, and I said Hydra Agents. It's actually Hydra Troopers. I stand corrected. So base coats, as you can see with the Red Skull, it's like a dark blue. On top of it, though, is like a copperish color, which for the first time in a long time I get to use the copper paint. Yeah, I've actually had it for a long time and haven't had the chance to use it since I've been doing these videos. And of course, but first is the blue paint for the main part of the costume, and this for the Hydra guys, of course, is green. I mean, I don't have a light green, but I have a green that's lighter than all the others. So I guess by default that's light green. All right, so we're gonna get started. All right, so let me put on my nifty little device. All right, and let's just get to it. Okay, so one thing I should have done already, I waited till now, was to take out all my brushes. All right. Let's get the blue paint out. And let's get going. Oh. Okay. So. And here we go. All right. Yeah, so anyway, another correction I need to make, as you may have heard me say on numerous occasions, that where I go and I get all my paint is from a place called Brown's Hobbies, which I did go to there today, and I have numerously, and just about every occasion said that they are on Bennett Avenue. I was mistaken. They are on Bennett Street. I do apologize for any confusion that I may have caused. And I actually did tell them that I did mention them, and they were very, very happy Very, very appreciated. As a matter of fact, the first thing the guy I spoke to did when I told him that I do mention that I do mention them was he looked up my channel. So, with any luck, I'll have another subscriber. Okay. So, it turns out over here, the primer is still a little bit wet, but we're just going to keep going forward. Alright, so, got to get underneath, excuse me, underneath there. Try to get the entire thing. Okay. Now, as you saw, the copper colors and the metallic covers were all on the breastplate, so but we're going to go over with the blue first, so that, you know, it'll look like the copper is on top of the blue. Otherwise, it just doesn't come out right if you try to do it another way. At least in my opinion. Alright, so these things here, it's supposed to be like lightning bolts. And to make them look more like lightning bolts, I will put in some white on those to make it stand out. I think I did that with a piece before. Well, I know I did that with pieces before, but I just don't. I'm trying to remember if I did it while recording for this channel, if I ever done it, with the effect to make it, something look like lightning. And not really ringing a bell, because after a while, everything I've done, it's like I think at this point, I've done about 30 some odd videos, and I don't always remember which pieces I painted on here and which ones I did on my own, before I was doing this channel. I will say this, I do enjoy this a bit more since I started doing this as a YouTube channel. And as always, I encourage any comments. Although, with the way things go nowadays, I will implore you to keep any comments in the realm of good taste. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Alright, I didn't get a lot on the boots, but I'm not worried about that because the boots are going to be that copper color. Okay. Just got to get a little bit more down here on the leg. Okay. The problem I sometimes run into when I'm trying to paint these is something that I've gone over already with the paint. If I go over it again, instead of just having another layer of paint, it sometimes wipes what I did off. Oops. That's going to go over my finger now. Should have moved this out of the way. Okay, so that's it for the blue for now. I don't know if we'll need to do any touch-ups later, so we're going to keep the blue out. And now for the Hydra Troopers. Let's get the base coat on them. Then we could just let all that dry. And get started on details. Okay. Let's see something here. Oh, that's what I did. Okay. 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 This brush isn't really working out so great. Alright, let me see about it. Try another one. Yeah, let me try this one. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, sometimes these brushes, after so many uses, paint doesn't come off them as good anymore. And just, you know, the bristles just clump together. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, I did go there today. I picked up some paints, some primer. And just want to let you know, if you do decide to give them, pop in and check them out, see what they got. They do have a lot of remote control vehicles there. I gotta shake this up more. They do have a lot of remote control vehicles there, and a lot of models from what I see there. I mean, they don't really have stuff like this because they're not a gaming store, but they're great for other types of hobbies. All right, see this. Having a little bit of trouble with this color. And one of the problems I'm having right now is one of the things that I've always said. It's like, you go over an area and you go over it again, and instead of putting another layer of paint on, you're wiping off the layer of paint you had there already. That's just what's happening. All right. I may have to change the color here. All right. Well, fortunately, that's not working out so great, so I'm going to try a different green. This I just picked up today. It's a color called deep green. And it does seem to be working better. There we go. It's actually going on better. Alright, so it might be a darker green than I intended to make these Hydra troopers, but it doesn't matter because still got to go over it. It's got to do the details in yellow. You still got other colors that got to go on. Yeah, but at least with this one, when I go to an area that I've already painted, at least I'm not rubbing off the paint that's already there. Alright. Now I bought this color because, as you know, one of the one of the other types of minis that I usually paint has been for the game BattleTech. Well, one of the factions calls for a forest green. Now, I did not see forest green. So I figured, alright, what sounds like it would be a good substitute for that. And I saw a deep green. I was like, you know what? Deep green it is. Yeah, this one's going on much better. All right. Now, one thing I'm seeing is that I'm going to have to be very careful when I do the details, because when they're close together like this, when they're clumped together, it is very easy to pretty much get paint on a part that you don't want to paint. Okay. Every now and again I'll see little bits of hair. Now, this is unfortunate. An unfortunate side effect of living with a cat, because his fur goes everywhere. Okay, now, there we go. Actually, this is not a bad green, not a bad looking green. Alright, actually this went on pretty good, and it looks like we're almost done with this base coat. Okay. Alright, let's clean this up a bit. Alright, so we're going to let that base coat dry, and then when we come back, we're going to start with the detailing and see how far we get before we need to let paint dry again. Alright, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, so we've given that base coat some time to dry, and we're ready now to get started on details for the Red Skull and the Hydra Troopers. Alright, so let's put this on my head, and let's get to it. Alright. I'm going to start with the Hydra Troopers. I'm going to put that yellow on right now. Yeah, one of these days I gotta see if I can find a nice mat I could put down on this thing. You know, underneath all this. Let me have the box handy so I can actually have something to go by. Okay. Alright, so there's a lot of little things that have to get this yellow paint. Alright. Alright. Well, getting this nice. Hopefully, it'll come out looking really good, which I'm pretty sure it will. Okay. The only thing I am seeing, unfortunately, is that some of this green paint didn't fully dry. Sorry about that noise out there. I think someone's getting a delivery. Okay. Alright. all these little details painted yellow that have to be painted yellow, especially on the main body of these troopers. The gloves and the boots will be a little bit easier to get because it's a bigger area and any mistakes are easier to fix. But all the little spots on the on the main body, those aren't as easy to fix if I make a mistake. And I'm trying my best not to do that. Dang it. Guess I should have waited a little bit longer. Okay. But then again, I did start on the last trooper that I painted, so I'm sure that has quite a bit to do with any and all difficulty I'm having. And I'm finding some spots with the green I am going to have to touch up. Okay. Alright. Very soon it's going to be 1 down, 2 to go. Alright. Okay. Alright. So, let's get these done. Alright, so, like I was saying, I did make a trip to Brown's Hobbies today. And I have to say, if you do get a chance to check them out, they are very, very nice. They're very helpful, very knowledgeable, and very into the content that they sell. Like I said, they do have a lot of remote control cars or remote control vehicles more than just cars that they do sell. This brush, try to get the green off. And I remember there was one time, a long time ago, I had gone in there and someone, I mentioned this before, someone was trying out a remote control tank. And I think I said it back then, and the last time I mentioned it, and I'll say it now. No, they didn't fire the cannon. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, they have quite a bit in there. It isn't a very big place, but they do have a lot in there for the space that they have. And they do have a whole bunch of models, model kits and stuff like that. So it's a really good place to check out. Alright. Sorry if I'm not talking too much right now. I'm just trying to concentrate on getting these little lines put in where they have to go without making a mistake. If I could avoid it. Alright. Alright. Oops. And one thing I will say is that And it really floored me that they did this. Well, I think at least the one guy who was behind the counter did this. I mentioned that I do this, I use the paints on this channel, and he looked it right up. And he actually started watching one of my videos when I was ready to leave. So with any luck, I'll have a new subscriber. And I would, like, if anybody is doing something like this and looking for good paint, I would always recommend them. They do have a pretty good selection of colors. And, I mean, the brand of paint that I use, they have a lot of it, and I've seen that there are other brands in there. I don't know them off the top of my head, of course, but, they do have a good selection of things for the space that they have. And I mean, I didn't ask them specifically, but I did see a sign on the front of the place. I do believe either one of them that works there or the owner himself is a veteran. If it makes any difference to anybody, I mean, I would always do my darndest to support veterans. Because without the sacrifices they've made, we wouldn't have our freedoms today. So I always do what I can. I don't know, I'm not always able to, but I do what I can to support veterans. In fact, I've always said that when my finances are more secure, I will resume donating to veterans of foreign wars. I used to give to them all the time until things with my finances happened that I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't afford to. So, but yeah, I would, when things improve, I'll definitely look them up and start giving again. Because I do feel strongly about supporting our veterans, supporting the troops. Whenever I see anybody, criticizing them, especially needlessly, especially when they don't really know what they're talking about, I do get upset. Usually I'm not one to, start a fight or something like that. Besides, I think most veterans wouldn't want me to do, go that far, but I do try to support them as much as I can. And one thing I'll always say, even if you don't agree with the conflict that the troops are being sent into, still give them your support, because they don't really have much of a choice in that matter. They go where they're told to go. Oh, right. I think there's one thing I did forget. It's over their eyes. Oh, dot of yellow. Dot of yellow. Good God. It doesn't really... Oh, I'm trying to do this as best I can, and I'm not sure it's coming out looking all that great, but... not too bad. Oh, forgot the gloves on this one. Alright, so next time, I know, for the yellow, before I start, I gotta give more time for the stuff to dry, because I think I started this a little too early, because I noticed that when I was putting more yellow paint on this, I was leaving some green behind in the yellow jar, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. Alright, I know they took a while on that one, but it had to be done. Now, this up. Now, for the red skull. I'm breaking out the copper. Oops. Now, it's been a while since I've used this. I'm hoping it doesn't come out all watery. Oh, not too bad. Look at it. Actually, it's going on pretty good. Alright, so just put it on like a chest plate. The thing is I gotta kind of push the I gotta push the brush all the way to the bottom in order for the color to get on. Alright, I do believe, yeah, the gauntlets are also copper. Okay, after I do the copper color, I'm going to take a break and let all this stuff dry. Actually, no. No, I'm going to do the Red Skull's skull first. Then I'll take a break and let everything dry. All right. Well, as nice as it is going on, it is pretty watery, which probably means I'm going to need copper paint in the future if I want to have it as an option. Because I know that when I do the ships for Federation Commander, I believe it's the Tholians, I think, where I'm going to need the copper paint. Okay. Alright. Let's go over this a little bit. Alright. Okay. So I got to put more paint over that, and of course I can't do that until it's dry. But for as watery as it is, the copper paint went on pretty good. Alright, so we're going to take a break. Alright, let me get this off. Okay, so we're going to take a break and let that paint dry, and then we'll continue on the details. And I just realized I didn't do the Red Skull. I'll do it when I come back. Alright. Alright, welcome back. We've given some of that detailing some time to dry, and we got more details to do. Alright, so let's just get right onto it. Alright. Okay. Dang it. Alright. So, these Hydra Troopers. I'm going to use a color I haven't used at all, really. Because I wasn't sure when to use it and how to use it. But I figured it out. At least I figured it out for now. I'm going to use gunmetal on the Troopers' guns. Alright. Now, it just seemed appropriate to do that. Because once I'm done with this, as far as details go, the only thing I have left on these Hydra Troopers, as details-wise, is a little bit of flesh tone by their mouths. and then just got to do the base. Alright. Okay, well, I bought this this color a while back, and then for some reason I wasn't happy with the way it showed up on the minis for the most part, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to use it today anyway. Okay, well, that was, oh, actually, some of them have guns in the holsters. Alright. Okay. Alright. Now, while I have that thing in front of me, I'm just going to put that aside. Let's close this up because I don't think I need it anymore. Let's break out the flesh tone. Don't need a whole heck of a lot because it's a very small area that it's going on. Maybe I do need a bit more so it shows up good over the green. Okay. Alright, and we're almost done with the troopers, at least for now. Alright. My paint settles in, it'll look a bit better. Okay. That's all we need of that. And now I'm going to move on to the Red Skull. And I'm going to do first what I was supposed to do last time, but did not. The Red Skull skull. Alright. As we all know, the Red Skull skull is what? Purple. Of course not. It's red. Okay. Well, there's that age-old problem going over an area you've already painted. Just to have the paint you've already put on there start to be rubbed off by the brush. Okay. That'll settle in. Red paint. Could put away. Actually, let's get this top to close right first. All right. Okay. Now I took out the titanium silver to go over it a little bit on the breastplate. Trying to go ever so gently because it is coming off a bit watery. Okay. Okay. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. And then all right, so didn't need all that much of that one either, thankfully, because it was coming off very watery. But now what we're going to do is provide the lightning bolts so that it'll actually look, what it needs to actually look like, lightning bolts. I need a better brush than that. Okay. All right, so I don't want to cover the entire thing in white, but I do want it to have the white elements in it. A little bit here, a little bit there. Give it, I guess, that flickering element. All right. Okay, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad at all. All right, so pretty much that's the details for these two. All right, let me. All right, so we're gonna let all that dry, and when we come back, we're gonna do the base and then the wash, and then when it's all finished. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and given all that paint some time to dry, and what we're gonna do now is the base. All right, so let's get this on. And let's get to it. All right. So we're going to do the troopers first. Let's put Red Skull over there for now. All right, so we got the one over there. This guy's standing on top of a bunch of boxes. So let's get that. Let's get those boxes painted. All right, let's see. Let's get a good one. All right. Ooh, guess we got two of them with boxes. Eventually, with this game, I'm going to be looking through my stuff because there are items that are considered terrain that I have that I put together but never painted. It's like one of them that I've been thinking about quite a bit actually is a truck that I had put together. And I remember when I bought it, it had a choice of two. Basically, you could choose one or the other. You couldn't do both. Where basically one was you can put it together as a garbage truck, or or you can put it together to make it look like what's basically like a chemical cargo truck that says Oscorp on it. What is that? Not sure what happened there, but let's get that off of there. So anyway, like I said, I chose to do it like the Oscorp truck. No particular reason. Well, actually, yeah, there was a particular reason. I think it's because at the time I knew I had the piece for the Green Goblin, so I figured, you know what? It would be nice you know, to kind of like keep a specific theme for a game. Alright, so that's done. Going to use metallic gray on different parts of those boxes because it make it look like that there's kind of like metal holding it together. I'll use this one. Now I normally don't try to. Oh, darn it! I normally don't try to put another color on something that hasn't dried yet, but I'm gonna make an exception here. Okay, just a little bit more, darn it. And I have to get that last one. Alright, so I'll let that dry a bit before I do the rest of the base. I'm going to get started on the red skull. Just give me a sec. Alright, so I got 2 grays out for the red skull. This is like a, what do they call this one? Neutral gray. I'm going to use this for the rock he's standing on. Okay, let me get a good brush. Cleanish brush. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do the rock that he's standing on in this gray. And I'll do everything else beneath him in a dark gray. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'd be able to take this one out, especially for the Tabletop Jones Productions channel. But I'm sure during the course of what is going to hopefully be many years that we're going to be doing that channel, that everything I painted would eventually make an appearance. Okay. Now, let me put this away. Alright. And I'm just going to put the dark gray on now. So this way, once we get the bases done, I let everything dry. Then do the wash and then it's all finished. Yeah. So like I said, not sure when it would be making an appearance, but I'm sure at some point, whether it be in the near future or the far future, everything you see me painting on this channel will have made an appearance on the Tabletop Jones channel. Alright, Red Skull is done. Well, except for the wash. But all the painting is done. medium gray for the base of the Troopers. I just decided to make it different, just for the heck of it. And this gray is not showing up as much as I would have liked, but I'm going to keep going with it. Okay. Now let's kind of always try to hold it steady. It's like you've always got to adjust how you're holding stuff when you're painting it. A little drippy. Alright, so we got that in. Alright. Okay. Let's clean the brush. Put this away. Yeah, actually I could put all the paint away. Okay, so we're going to let that base dry, and then when we come back, we're going to do the wash and it'll all be finished. Alright, so stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and all the paint is now dry, and now all that's left is the wash. So let's put this on first. Alright. Let's take this down. Okay. Alright. Here we go. So, I was just actually just thinking while I was on my break. You know, it's the first time I've pretty much used the gunmetal color for weapons, and I really like the way it turned out. So instead of always using black as a default, I'm thinking of using gunmetal instead. Because I really like the way, like I said, I really like the way it came out. Okay, let's get the base. Alright. Okay, now for the red skull. Although I did look for other washes while I was there, I only saw brown as another wash color, and I don't know, I just didn't want to try that one. Didn't think it would look right. I was actually hoping to find like a red or something like that, but because years ago when I was doing a lot of the painting for the Game War Machine and Hordes, you know, they had their own line of paints and all that, including the washes and all. And what they considered a wash for flesh was red. So I was kind of hoping to find that. Alright, well, didn't need to do that much. That's the one thing with those, is that you don't really need to do all that much. Okay. So. Alright, so let me get it up on here. And there we go. Red Skull. And the Hydra Troopers. Ready to be deployed. Alright. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for the interest in the channel. Please like and subscribe and share this as much as possible. You know, I'm always trying to broaden my audience, always trying to get new people watching, because you know, I try to keep this all pleasant. You know, I don't talk about controversial issues. I don't try to provoke anybody. I just want, you know, a nice, relaxing atmosphere. And there was actually someone who did make that comment. I wish I could remember the name. I'm sorry if you're watching. I'm sorry I don't remember the name. But anyway, I remember he had said that he loved watching the video, that it was so relaxing, and I was like, yes, that's what I was shooting for. So please, like I said, please like and subscribe, and share this as much as possible. I know I said it before, but I'll say it again. I'll always say it. And you know, excuse me. And also, please check out Tabletop Jones Productions, where my friend John and I are the two idiots playing board games. And please, you know, do the same there. Please like and subscribe and share those videos as much as possible. And you have a great day, and I'll see you again.